Tanzania is located in the eastern part of the African continent. In western Tanzania, by Lake Tanganyika, we find the district of Kigoma, with Kigoma city as its capital. Kigoma holds the biggest and most significant port on Lake Tanganyika. It's a relatively young city that owes its existence to the building of a railroad during the German colonial times around 1914. There are more than 100,000 inhabitants in the city of Kigoma and around 2.5 million living in the Kigoma region. 162,000 of them are former Burundian refugees who received Tanzanian residentship. Also, several international aid organizations are operating in the region. Kigoma is a vibrant city where all communities are living together quite peacefully. As fishing is the main industry here, it is also the main employer in the region. This means that the people in Kigoma are very dependent of the lake.
Katika area hii ya Kigoma na mazingira yake yote ya mwambao. Mradi mama, kiwanda mama kinachoendesha miradi mingine yote midogo na mikubwa na kutunisha mifuko mbalimbali, hata mifuko ya kiserikali, kwa mfano mfuko wa halmashauri ya wilaya, ya manispaa na maeneo mengine yote ya uchumi wa mtu mmoja au makundi ni ziwa.
Lake Tanganyika is the longest and deepest lake of Africa and is divided by 4 countries: Tanzania, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Burundi and Zambia. The lake is 676 kilometers long and up to 70 kilometers wide. It's the second deepest lake in the world and holds many endemic species of fish. The fish market here has 3 destinations: local consumption, fish which is exported to other regions, and also export to the rest of the world. The most important fish for the shore residents, although it looks insignificant, is the daga. These small fish are caught during the night when the fishermen lure the fish with the light of kerosene lamps. In the morning, the daga are spread on big rosters. That way the fish is dried by the sun and can be turned over without grains of sand sticking to them. Everybody, young to old, participates in this process. Unfortunately, the lake has already been affected by the process of global warming. There is a lot of consternation about this phenomena. Deo Baribagure, biologist and founder of Kicora, community college by radio, is very worried. He is trying to gain awareness about the downfall of the lake and wants to warn people about the dramatic consequences.
And because of the serious problem of the global climate change, this lake is changing, the biodiversity is changing, the upwelling water, the mixing of the water is changing a lot, and researchers are talking about more than 30% of the fish production which is already lost, with a lot of consequences. The first consequence is that there's so many people that you see who live on this lake are losing, let's say, their jobs, their employment. We see people coming from the lake, they did not catch anything simply because the fish production is going down, and now they say more than 1 million jobs which are lost within 50 years, and in the future we are expecting even to have more problems because the more 10 million of people living here around are actually threatened because because of the many consequences, food depends on this lake. All activities here around this lake depend on it. So it's becoming a very, very serious problem, and they would like to invite actually the whole world, starting from this region, of course, to pay a very big attention to what is happening on this lake.
The fishermen are bringing back less and less fish every year, and this situation will only get worse. It's affecting men, women, children, and even the animals who rely on the lake. Everybody is struggling, but it is probably the women who are suffering the most. Their mobility is often reduced because of their responsibility to support large families.
Wanawake wanahusika na uvuvi kwa sababu ya kujipatia mahitaji madogo madogo. Yaani kama vitu vya dagaa, tunapata mahitaji ya nyumbani.
So it's a
The fishermen, however, don't have the knowledge to handle this situation.
Tupa chini. Inakwenda mpaka chini kabisa. Inagota. Anapokuwa anavuta sasa. Pale anavuta mayai, anayadisturb, anayaharibu. Lakini pia ndani ya ziwa lenyewe pale kuna aina fulani ya ukoka na majani huwa yanaota pale kama ni sehemu ya chakula cha samaki, dagaa na kila kitu. Unapovuta umeyaondoa. Kwa hiyo pale wale wanapata njaa. Sio umeelewa? Jinsi ya kuweza kutengeneza sasa wazaane haiwezekani.
Umezidi kwa sababu katika mazingira yetu ya kuishi kando kando ya ziwa na kufuatilia swala la uvuvi, watu wamekuwa wakiweka imani za ushirikina za kuhitaji miujiza ya kishetani,
witchcraft,
na mpaka wanafika hata kumwaga damu, mpaka kumwaga damu ya hata ya watu
kule ziwani.
Kwa kwenda kwa waganga wa kishenzi.
Okay,
Mwisho watu wanapewa masharti ya kumwaga damu ili wapate mazindiko, wapate
Ramadan, owner of several boats in Kibirizi, suggests to start with a better education for the fishermen.
Mimi kama mvuvi na mtu mpenda maendeleo na kizazi kijacho kije kurisi, nasema mazingira bado, kuendelea kulinda mazingira bado kiwango bado kiko chini sana. Maana kiwango kwa chini, kwa mfano sisi tulipokuwa zamani kuna yale matenga maji. Yale matenga maji yanahitajika yazunguke ziwa zima kutokana ndio mazalio makuu ya samaki. Lakini miradi ikija ile inashangaa wanagawana wakubwa huko, haiji kwenye mradi moja kwa moja. Kwa mfano tunahitajika hapa pembeni yawepo matenga maji hapana. Yale yanakuwa ni mazao ya samaki, yanakuwa ni hifadhi kubwa sana ya mazingira. Kwa mfano unaweza kuchukua mvua imenyesha, imesomba takataka zingine zenye sumu, zinafika kwanza zinakwama hapa, zinauza kabla kukimbia kwenda juu zaidi. Sasa ile tena ni problem, hawajachukulia kipaumbele.
These problems will not solve themselves. That's why, together with the community, Kicora is trying to address these problems in a sustainable way.
The problem of Lake Tanganyika is very complex, and to solve it, we would need the involvement of everybody. The best solution would come, of course, from industrial countries when they decide to stop the release of the tons of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. But as we know, this can be a dream. Here in Kigoma, the project Kicora is trying 5 solutions. The first one is to plant trees all along the Lake Tanganyika. These trees will attract the rain. This rain will move minerals to the waters. The second solution is to develop a policy to protect the coastal areas, because it's in these areas that the female fish come to lay eggs. It is also in these areas that fingerlings develop. The third solution would be to create a school for environment and sustainable development. The fourth solution would be to train part of the fishermen in engaging in different other activities. Then the fifth solution would be to make accessible the microloans to to the trainees. This would give them the possibilities to engage in these new sectors. Of course, these programs are big and are beyond the possibilities of Kicora alone. That's why we are coming to you seeking for your support. Because the problem of Lake Tanganyika is not the problem of the Great Lakes region alone. It's a worldwide problem. It's a global problem, which needs a global solution. Thank you.
The people around Lake Tanganyika are struggling. By supporting Kicora and other local initiatives, we can help them.